I'm so stuffy. But I was listening to this wonderful podcast this morning, The Queen of the Sciences, which is two theologians, Sarah Hinlicky Wilson and Paul Hinlicky, who are both kind of coming from like the liberal side of like Lutheran tradition, talking about stuff. And it was great. It was just wonderful. And there was this one thing that came up that just really I've been thinking about, which is that liberal Christianity displays this real, very, very valuable courage in being willing to respond to the modernist critique that came up. Nietzsche says in the 1800s, God is dead. Science demands it. Science killed your God. And liberal Christians had the guts to say, okay, in light of modernity, in light of these scientific developments in the 1800s, we now have reason to believe that God is dead, that this stuff is completely implausible. What does that mean for our faith? And they applied it. And I think that was bold and brave and honest of them, and in line completely with that beautiful Job verse where it says, like, look, don't lie about God. Don't be biased on his behalf. Otherwise, he'll smite you for it. What a good verse. And I think that's so beautiful. Like, liberal Christians really exemplified that courage. However, modernity, as commonly used, we refer to things as modern, like, oh, wow, this house is so modern, or oh, that car is so modern, or oh, your new phone is so modern. And it's funny because what people mean to say is contemporary. Modernism, in the way that it's commonly used, modernity lays unfair, unjust claim to this idea of now, this claim of being perpetual and today. But the fact of the matter is modernity died in the 1950s. And science, shock of all shocks, didn't stop when Nietzsche said God is dead. Science kept going, and what we found is now we're at a point in life. Oh my God, I'm looking at the cutest little lizard. You can't see him, but I'm pointing you at the little lizard anyway. He's adorable. But what we found is, like, we're at a point now where most physicists agree that, like, it is completely implausible to believe anything other than that we are in a simulation. Oh my God. Where advances in AI, like, so it was the interim CEO of OpenAI said that it's important that we prepare not just physically and materially, but spiritually for the eschaton, in light of what they were seeing with emergent behavior in AI systems. I think that's crazy. I think that is fascinating. We get to a point in logic and math where it ripped apart the rationalist community because half of them started believing in a literal Satan, in Rocco's basilisk, and it destroyed them. So now it's a no-go zone. Like, we don't talk about Rocco's basilisk. Fascinating. Science didn't stop with Nietzsche. Science has kept going, darn it. Yeah, one more. Scott Alexander, in his wonderful post, The Hour I First Believed, makes a compelling case for there being an omnipotent, omniscient, moral God using what we know in math, science, and computer science. Like, it is inevitable that there is omniscience that has a moral fiber to it, that cares about what you do on an individual level, that has a heaven and a hell. Like, what the heck? Science has progressed past modernity. And I want to ask and challenge liberal Christians to take that same courage that they had and apply it to this stuff that we're finding out now. Not to mention the abundant archaeological evidence for the beauty and perfection of Scripture. Not to mention the abundant physical, practical, experiential experience of the miraculous and the supernatural within the church. How incredible. The courage that defined liberal Christianity, I think, would be so well served to rise up again and to address this stuff too. But sadly, I don't think that we have any more liberal Christians. I think what we have in our liberal denominations, in our mainline denominations, is the children of the children of the children of liberal Christians. And what we have populating these declining churches, the people who stick around, are the most hidebound conservative of them all. And I think, maybe I'm cynical, but I doubt if any truly liberal Christians exist within liberal Christianity. If anyone really is bold and brave enough to question what they've known their whole lives, that God is dead, in light of the new scientific reality that, oh my God, there's almost certainly deity. And you know what? It's increasingly likely that that deity revealed itself in the person of Jesus, a short Jew who was murdered on a cross, who was resurrected in a physical, literal, and practical way. My God, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And I have so much honor for liberal Christians, for liberal theologians, and I want to encourage them. Step out in courage. All right, that's all I got.